what's the Neba Nation?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's happening?
Hey.
Number 51.
Yeah, and we're in a fucking bar.
We are. Stu and Dolly's place.
Yeah.
46 Main Street, Ogdensburg, New Jersey.
Yeah.
You can hear the echo in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and so, hopefully we'll raise hell.
Yeah, why not?
But it's a cool place. They
Yeah.
got live music. We'll read the beer list in a little bit. We'll have to move it over here and check it out.
I'm surprised all the local folk ain't here.
I know. Where are
You
they?
know,
It's fucking happy hour.
Yeah, really.
Once they find out we're here,
Yeah, well, I don't know. They come in and they swell fucking a lot of shit, man, for a couple hours and then split. So,
But, yeah, we got shit going on.
yeah.
We'll be here at Stu and Dolly's. We'll talk to Janine again, probably. And then we have, we got Charlie from Cypress Brewing Company in Edison, New Jersey.
We got that crew with us today.
So,
Nice.
They came up to hang out with us. And,
they did. Do a little podcast.
Do a little podcast.
And we'll get them on in a second and go from there.
Sure.
All right, damn it. So like I said, we got all kinds of shit going on.
Yeah.
We're at Stu and Dolly's.
We're at Stu and Dolly's.
We got,
We got a fuck ton of beers, man.
yeah. And we got, you prefer Charlie, Charles?
Charlie.
So we have Charlie from Cypress Brewing Company,
Yeah,
Edison,
man.
New Jersey.
Cool. Welcome, brother.
Thank you.
And he's brought us a bunch of shit. And before usually what we start off doing is we go through our what are we drinking thing. So
I thought we had music first. Don't we have music first?
now the music gets added in later. It's the
does it?
magic. It does today anyway.
it's called sometimes post-production.
Like the last 10 I've done have all been live.
Yeah.
So I'm not used to the whole editing thing.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
So we do the what are we drinking? And since you brought the beer that we're drinking, tell us what we're drinking.
So today is Baby Insane. It's our session. It's probably our flagship session. It's a 4.9 American Pale Ale with all Citra. It's about 24 IBUs, so it's very drinkable,
Yeah, it's palatable.
very good for the summer, and yet it's still a real beer.
Yes.
Refreshing.
Very tasty.
For the summer, man. This is beer all year,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah.
I've had
You
those
know?
seasonal ones where I say I can drink these all year long.
Yeah. Well, Stu and Dolly's going to get this on tap. So I don't have to go far.
Well, you don't have to go too far.
No.
No. So you guys are at what, 30 Nixon Lane?
Edison, right behind
Edison.
Middlesex County College, maybe 5 minutes off of 287, 5 minutes off the Turnpike, 5 minutes off Route 1, 5
Yeah.
minutes off Route 9. We're in the center of the state.
Nice. Open Wednesday through Sunday. And
Yeah.
you can go cypressbrewing.com and get all the hours and beer list and
Everything.
Go
And
to
once
the-
COVID's over, we're back to 7 days.
yeah.
All right.
You can go
We're
to the
only
store.
7 days during COVID.
Nice. How long you guys been around?
5 years.
5
We're
years.
working on our 6th right now.
Nice.
5 years in that location,
Yeah.
but you guys have been brewing.
So we are not considered a family brewery. We are. So there's not many of us who work there. So there's 3 owners, and we started homebrewing together about 12 years ago. And I used to be the general manager of J.J. Bidding's Brewing Company in Woodbridge, and my partner.
Yeah, I remember them from beer fest at Waterloo Village. Like,
Yeah, I mean, well, they're
Yeah.
the 3rd oldest brew pub in New Jersey.
Yeah.
So I was their general manager for 5.5, 6 years, and my partner Jason was their assistant manager. He's now doing a little contract brewing for them, and then my third partner Bill is worst brewer ever in the history of time. The last time, he's a good drunk. The last time we brewed together, Jay was on vacation and we were brewing in his house, and it was during the World Cup, and we got smashed, and I had to leave, and Bill fell asleep and left the mash running, and we flooded Jason's kitchen with sugar water.
Nice.
All right.
So, needless to say, that's the last time we ever let Bill brew.
Sounds like our brew day.
Yeah.
Nah,
he did,
not quite.
He did that to me one day in February. I'm like, we got to get this done before it snows. Now we're all hammered. He splits. It's a blizzard outside. I'm like, Walking Dead's coming on in a freaking half an hour. I'm drunk as shit trying to cool everything down and pitch yeast.
See, and what were you thinking? Because I don't know what we were thinking either. Because on brew days, we would always drink whiskey or scotch. Yeah. Why would we do that? I have no idea. And then bottling days is when we would drink beer.
Yeah.
No, I don't really.
Odd decision making.
Yes.
Yeah, poor decision making. I mean, that's what got me into owning a brewery in the first place.
Yeah. So how long you guys been open? You said 5 years?
It's been over 5 years. We're
Nice.
deep in. We're at 5.5 already.
Wow. And
Yeah.
you guys have done a lot of collabs with.
Yeah. So working in the industry for so long, there are so many brewers that actually came out. I was just talking to these guys on the way up here about how many brewers actually come out of JJ Biddings. You'd be surprised. You got Tom, who's the assistant brewer at Troon. You got Mike Sella, who's the brewer at Village Brew Pub in Somerville. You have Mehmet, who is a brewer up at Other Half, and he was at NJ Beer Co. for the longest time. And then you have Chris Sheehan, who's now at Ghost Hawk. He's their
Nice.
head brewer there.
Right across from Ruts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my place. That's literally my place. So my mother grew up in Clifton and Patterson and Passaic.
Yeah.
So she's been going there since the 40s.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they opened in, I think 26 is that's 26, 24.
Yeah.
So they're like almost 100 years old.
Yeah.
My family's been going there as long as we can remember.
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of work down there sometimes, and gotta stop.
I can't
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
So what's your distro area?
So everywhere.
The whole state?
We are a self-distributor. Okay,
Okay.
to correct somebody who was incorrect last week.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who that would be.
Which one of you gentlemen it was, but we are a self-distributor. We do
okay.
everything ourselves.
Okay.
So much so that I even cut the drains in my building myself. We literally, that's what we pride ourselves on.
So you have the whole state.
So we do the whole state. We do have to use a distributor for Pennsylvania because we're in Philadelphia. And then we also do Tavor, which covers 19 states, which is online.
Yeah.
But you can only get that out of state. You can't buy Tavor beers in state from us.
Yeah.
And then we also do Arizona.
Nice.
Yes, and I
Okay.
think we're picking up Georgia in the next couple weeks, and then probably Florida right after that.
Nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's really fucking.
Yeah.
yeah, growing up.
Yeah. Jersey
Nice.
beers, man, nationwide.
Right?
Yeah,
You know, who would have thought?
yeah. Well, if you include Tavor,
You know?
you can buy Cypress beers in 21 states.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
I get excited about that.
Yes.
It's like I can go to a different state and still find my own beer.
Yeah.
That's fucking killer. All right, decide what we're gonna sip next, and
Pass that around.
we'll go into drunk news.
All right. Well, since we already did IPA 1, let's move to IPA.
Should I drink this
That
water?
sounds like a good plan.
So this is Dimensional Divide. We just put this out 2 weeks ago, so it's pretty fresh. It's literally just past its green stage, so it's probably super delicious. And it's 6.5. It's Galaxy and Mosaic. I mean, you can't go wrong with Galaxy and Mosaic. So
No. And
No.
what is it called?
Dimensional Divide.
It's a cool label on this.
So, like I said, the three of us, we've been friends for 11 years. My assistant brewer, well, my newest assistant brewer, I actually had originally trained him to work at Bolero Snort, but they hired from within instead. So I decided to keep him since he was already trained in my facility.
There you go. Why not?
And then my other assistant brewer, he has been my friend for like 10, 12 years.
Nice.
Our tasting room manager, we have known her for
little more in
15
there.
years. And then my salesman, I've known him since first grade. So, I mean, so we're not a family, but
Yeah,
But you're a family still.
But
we're
you
more
know,
of a family than most families.
Yeah, basically,
I mean,
yes.
so one of the things we do, we actually make sure to take a break every day in the brewery. And when we go outside and we grill and we cook lunch.
Nice.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
so we all have lunch together every day, at least 5 days a week. So
Cool.
it's a pretty fun time. And
Yeah.
that's when we drink the light beers and try to not get wasted before we go back to work.
Yeah, I work at Muckraker on Wednesdays.
I know this. Congratulations on the new job.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
And Tom's always like, he posted a picture on Instagram of his 2 seltzers.
Is his last name actually Muckraker? It's not, is it?
No,
I didn't
he's
think
a
so.
journalist. That's
He
where
was a
got it.
journalist.
Yeah, okay.
In this previous life.
So it's all lies.
But I've only heard him called Tom Muckraker, so
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't know if that was his actual last
That's
name.
all we know him by.
Yeah, that's all we know him by. But yeah, I gotta.
This is nice and fresh.
Oh yeah, it's
Who does the artwork for your?
so what I was saying. So my friend Paulie, okay, he is a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, those are fun friends to have.
Oh my God, so it's great.
We love them.
Oh, me too. So he's a flat earther too.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and so if you're ever bored, all you got to just say is something about space, and you can get like 3 hours worth of entertainment for free.
Oh, why is he not here?
The truth
he's
is out
working.
there.
He's actually filling kegs right now.
Okay.
So we love to do space stuff all the time. And we actually, for conspiracy theorists, we actually put him on the label in the corner.
Yes.
And he was like, I can't believe you put me on the corner. There's the third eye on that. He's like, people are going to know. It's like, nobody's going to know, Paul.
He's on the corner. He might slide right off the edge now.
Nobody cares about you. They don't.
Yeah.
No, the government's not looking at you because you're next to the third eye. It's like, relax, pal.
That's
Yeah.
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, man. It is. He's one of my like absolute best friends
Well, yeah.
for a long time.
We all have an absolute best
Yes.
friend, so that's a
Yes.
little off.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
they just go down the wormhole.
Yeah, you need
we,
that.
we know those people who are, you're such good friends, but you're like, what the fuck are you thinking?
I took a road trip down to Florida.
Oh, yeah.
with Patrick Disaster,
There you go.
and I couldn't let him drive. He said he would help me drive, and the first thing he does is pick up a sleeve of Fireballs and starts drinking them. And I'm like, all right, I guess.
Oh, actually, the first thing he did was he ate a whole bunch of mushrooms.
Right. So I'm like, I guess I'm driving the whole trip.
So I was also while we're on that subject. So we're all big stoners.
Sure.
So otherwise we would just be drunk all the time, and it's a lot easier to work stoned than it is to work drunk.
Yes.
But we were just talking about this. So I come up here once a year to go rafting, right? Maybe another 15, 20 minutes up the
Oh,
road.
yeah, okay.
And we get ridiculous. And so this year I cut it back. I'm gonna make sure my mom doesn't listen to this one. But I cut it back. I only did 1,100 milligrams of THC that day.
Your mom listens to every episode.
So she so does. It's terrible. She listens to everything I'm on, and she's like, "I didn't know you did that." So I ate 1,100 milligrams of edibles that day.
Nice.
And I had 10 milligrams of psilocybin.
Oh, nice.
So, but apparently that's not enough for my big ass.
Yeah.
So I went the whole day with never feeling it, and then on the way home, I was sitting in the back seat, and that's when I finally saw 2 cars in every lane. And I was like, oh, finally. And it only lasted like 15 minutes, though.
Yeah.
I guess because I'm so big and all the THC just mellowed it out. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that took over everything.
I always got told, oh, you're a little bigger. You should have a little bit more. And then later on, I'm going, shit.
I am so much more wasted than everybody else. They're full of it. Yeah.
I want more of this.
That's good.
Yeah, so this came out 10/5.
Nice.
So
All right.
what, about 15 days this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the can.
Yeah.
Back there.
That is a cool looking can.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my partner does all of our can art, and some of them, and I wanted to bring you the naughty label, is the one I forgot. So he drew Krampus, is 100% drawn from scratch. That's really cool. I'll save you one. I'll mail it to you or something.
Yeah. Well, we'll make it down
Or
there
when you
soon.
guys come down,
Yeah.
but yeah. Yeah, because that's a cool one.
Yeah.
So, and we like to do series too, because we mess around. So we just did a third child series. So on every single can, there's one child that's just off, like staring into the sky.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and we love these series. So this one is so actually half of it came out already. The other half is coming out. So third child vanilla, we're gonna drink today.
Let's drink it right now.
Let's do it.
No, we're going amber next.
Oh, okay.
We're going amber next.
All right.
So this is the only one, okay, that doesn't have a full graphic, but you have the third child staring up into the sky off by himself.
All right.
So I want to do amber next, okay? And so everyone's always confused about the name, including the state. So it's called Knobbed Whelk, okay? And this is your "Are you smarter than a fifth grader?" question.
Yes.
So is everybody from New Jersey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, does anybody know what a
Oh,
knob?
no, Chuck's not.
Okay, so then Chuck, you got to pass on this, okay?
A
But the
knobbed
rest of
whelk
us-
is a shell that washes up on beaches.
Congratulations. New Jersey. It's actually New Jersey's state seashell.
Yes.
Yes. And
No, we had a state
Yeah,
seashell.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
You usually can't find a whole one because they're already all washed out in the middle.
Correct. So
Yes.
the state, every single time we submit this beer, the state sends us back, are you using shellfish in your beer? No, it's in amber. We're from New Jersey, and it's New Jersey state shellfish, so we thought it was appropriate.
You may be onto something, though.
So this is, I love this beer. This is like my everyday drinking. It's 5.0, it's 45 IBUs, it's malty, it's Cascade and Centennial, so it's still tier 2 hops, but they're on the higher end of tier 2 hops at least. So for an everyday beer, we do it in bottles sometimes, we do it in cans, we change the format of it all the time.
But why the sports theme?
Why not?
Good enough reason.
So we do because this is the winter label.
Oh, okay.
So the summer label is beach themed, obviously.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
That makes sense.
Yes.
Because I was like, okay, it's a shell.
So it's the beach chair with the big divot in it that Chris Christie sat in once.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a big ass divot.
He sat in it more than once. I've seen pictures of him in that lawn chair everywhere.
I mean, sports is the best Huey Lewis and the News album of all time.
I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do with COVID and winter? You start watching more sports
I'm glad
and
it's on.
start playing more video games.
Yeah.
So-
I'm glad there's football. I'm glad
Yeah.
there's baseball.
Thank God. If
But
there
think
wasn't
about
football
how
and
many
baseball, I don't know
games
what
are
I would
getting
do.
canceled now. What if it kicks in and all of a sudden everyone's like, well, half our roster
We haven't
is
had
COVID.
we haven't had any games canceled. A couple
Moved.
pushed around.
Oh
but-
yeah,
Yeah.
move.
I think
Where you
that-
can't watch it when you're supposed to.
No, but I think didn't the Titans just finish it up this week? I think everybody's caught up as of
Everybody's
Tuesday.
caught up now, but there's
Yeah.
games are still
Yeah, it's still
Yeah, that was the Monday night 5:00 game.
right. And then we had a Tuesday night football game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this recipe has never changed from our home brewing days.
This-
I like this.
This is one of
This
our
is good.
original beers.
See, this is what a fucking amber should taste like.
So
Yes.
I agree with that. An
Yes.
amber ale.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you ask me amber lager, what should an amber lager taste like? I tell you it's Yingling.
Sure. Okay. I'll go with that.
Yes.
But this is, to me, this is what an amber ale tastes like.
This is what an amber ale should taste like.
And unfortunately, it's not what a lot of them taste like.
So-
I'd say better than Yingling.
So
Well, this is an
it's,
amber ale.
It's an ale instead of a lager, so maybe you like ale yeast better. But
Yeah.
the thing is this is our regular customers. This is what like the guys that come every day. This is what they drink because it's always the same. It's always there.
This is a regular.
It's a regular
everyday
beer. You can
yeah.
drive home after having 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's only 5%.
Yeah.
But you can go home, have one more beer, and be in a good shape for the rest of the evening.
Sure.
Yeah. So
Nice color to it, too.
it's amber.
It's very amber.
That's a good amber there.
So actually, for the color, we use just a hint of oh, how did I just draw a blank? I had it in my head a second ago. Aromatic malt
Nice.
gives it a little bit of
Yeah.
a color, and then we use a lot of crystal malts in it, Crystal 60, Crystal 80, which are my favorite because the grain itself it tastes like Golden Grams.
Yeah.
I love Golden Grams.
Well, should we tell them about the beers that we were supposed to be having, that we were supposed to get?
We might as well.
No, I don't want to tell anybody.
Oh,
about it. I'll
yeah,
tell
yeah,
him,
yeah.
but
We're gonna
not,
drink it
not,
on the
not
air.
on the show.
Yeah, we'll tell you.
All right, so I'll know, or I'll know next week.
Yeah. Yes.
So the thing that's coming out this next week is the Third Child S'mores series.
Okay, cool.
So it's all going in bottles, and it's going to be a 4-pack of bottles. It's a 5.8% stout. You're going to have the vanilla version of it now. Okay, so it's a 5.8, just the basic stout. One bottle in the 4-pack is going to be marshmallow. One bottle is going to be graham cracker. One bottle is chocolate, and the last bottle is s'mores. So you have deconstructed s'mores and s'mores all in one nice 4-pack.
Nice.
That's
And,
killer.
and that's full distribution?
Nope, only in house.
Only
It's
in-house,
only
okay.
so the bottles we only release bottles in house.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cans we release everywhere.
Oh, okay.
But as far as the bottles go, yeah, we only do them in house.
Yeah, okay.
And they're 500 milliliters, and I think the 4-pack's gonna be $14, so cheap.
Yeah.
And that's coming out.
As long as I bottle it all Thursday, Friday, so we hand bottle them. So I personally am the bottler. I stand there and bottle every one of them, and it takes a long time. So as long as I get them all done by Friday afternoon, then yeah, it's coming out on Saturday.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you say they're only in house, but
You'll have them
a
Saturday.
couple magically might
Appear at the
land.
Oktoberfest?
in somebody's lap.
For the inebriation guys.
Just remind my salesman at the end of the day.
So, hey, before we move on to the next beer, why don't you just take this real quick?
Do a news article.
The first drunk news story of the day.
Oh, where's your...
Well, hello,
It's not
Mr.
about me,
Fancy
right?
Pants.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You're not a teenager in Kansas, right?
I am.
Not
okay.
now.
I won't admit to anything.
Okay.
Wow, this is so funny. He can't even read it.
This happens a lot.
I think this happened to me half my age ago. Naked teen covered in ranch dressing crashes at Kansas gas station, sheriff says.
Oh,
Does that mean he crashed into it or he slept there?
we're about to find out.
You'll find out, sir. A teenage boy who was naked and covered in ranch dressing crashed a vehicle at a Kansas gas station early Saturday morning. The disturbance was reported to 911 at around 3:30 a.m. at the Petro Deli convenience store. The Shawnee County Sheriff's Office said in a statement, quote, a 17-year-old male was naked and under the influence of a substance, end quote, the sheriff's office said. Quote, he covered himself in ranch dressing, damaged property inside a business, ran outside and jumped into a running vehicle, and then crashed into a nearby pillar.
I mean, if he was on foot, the cops would have no problem following him.
Right, yeah.
Just follow the trail of ranch.
Yeah.
Deputies took the boy into custody. He was then taken to a local hospital and later released to his parents. Quote,
That was nice of him.
yeah, the criminal aspects of this incident are under investigation, the sheriff's office said. We are happy to report that no one was injured during this incident. Well, the ranch dressing was.
Yeah.
Maybe some people's eyes in the store.
Yeah.
And that was from the Wichita Eagle.
Yeah, that's got to be the zombie weed.
That's
I mean,
only 3 days old.
Either that or, I mean, what else do you have to do in Kansas?
Meth.
It was probably it could have been a dare.
Meth.
Yeah, a dare.
Could have been a dare.
You watch The Wizard of
Yeah.
Oz.
I've actually been to Kansas, and yeah, there's not a whole lot to do.
It's flat.
So,
Yeah.
so I've been to 42 states, and Kansas is not one of them.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I've probably been to about 42 states
I've just driven through it and seen nothing but wheat and corn.
Yeah. I don't
And
know.
I was like, okay, I don't need to come back here.
Just think, in another 5 years, there'll probably be weed and corn.
Yeah, okay.
Well, then we're going back.
Then we'll go back.
I went there for Christmas once.
I'm sorry, Chuck.
I know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
But, strange fucking place. I don't know if it's changed now, but like I wanted to go out to a bar, and they're like, "Oh, you can't. You have to be a member." You
What?
have to be a fucking member.
Oh.
Well, you weren't wearing your members only jacket.
Wait, so is it the type of where you have to pay like $2 at the door to
Like
become
so-
a member for the day?
Like a social club type thing?
Yeah.
Oh, so I've seen that before. Okay.
There's a little more in here.
Hey, guys, are we getting that time?
Yeah, they're doing that.
Okay.
They're watching now. Yeah, it's it was one of those weird things where you had to pay to be a member in order to go in and drink, and it was very fucking bizarre.
So, but usually those places have inexpensive beer.
I like this one a lot.
I don't remember. I wasn't paying for them. So.
Well, that's also because you had too many to remember how much you paid.
I was drunk before I got there, so
Well, that'll help also.
you know, I was in Kansas. I was going to get drunk,
Yeah.
find some ranch dressing, hit a gas station.
But you figure in Kansas it'd be barbecue sauce.
I'd be
Yes.
looking for Toto.
You know? I mean, that's not a big buffalo wing state. What the hell is
But what about like the white barbecue sauce?
Well, okay,
So
still,
that,
but
they might mistake it for ranch dressing.
wow. No, I don't think any
Possible.
I don't think any Kansas City cop's gonna mistake that.
Yeah, it's gonna be like,
Yeah.
nah, wait a minute.
No, this kid was definitely wearing Hidden Valley.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely Hidden Valley.
Yeah.
All right, Charlie, what do we got?
All right, so this is our Halloween beer. We released it Saturday. It's a 7.5% IPA with Galaxy, Mosaic, and BRU1, which is like one of my current favorite hops.
It's fucking tasty.
And
I really like this.
How do you pronounce that?
BRU1, or what, the name?
Yeah.
Brewed with Blood.
Oh, okay.
Brewed.
Oh, that's why it's
So
red.
BRU1 is a new hop.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we do a whole series called Brewed, which are all different ones. We do a different hop, so it's BRU1 plus a different hop. So we've done Amarillo, we've done Mosaic, we've done Galaxy is next week or 2 weeks from now, and then we're doing Sabro the next one after that. And they're 4.9% IPAs, just regular everyday drinking.
This is juicy.
Right?
Yes.
So
This is really good.
Thanks to Oregon Fruit. So this is. So we put 6.
Cherry.
So sweet cherry.
There we go.
Okay, and blood orange.
Yeah.
So we put 650 pounds, so 375 pounds of sweet cherry puree, and 375 pounds of blood orange. It said that it's a puree, but they're both from Oregon Fruit, that's who we use.
Yeah.
I'll shout them out because we really like their products. It's 100% all natural fruit, and they're really good. But I was surprised the blood orange was a little on like the strawberry pink side, not really blood red.
Yeah.
And it's very strong. You can really get the blood orange flavor.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it
digging
was
it.
more of it was a little more juicy, where the tart cherry was so thick, like
Yeah.
mud.
I'm getting more cherry.
That's
than the
good
blood orange.
because Guy said he can't taste the cherry at all.
I get both. I can taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting the blood orange, but
It's-
I get cherry too.
It's definitely a party in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and this is like 7.25, 7.3. It's not a weak beer.
Nice.
This is a sit home and get drunk beer. I mean, I like this.
Yeah, or a party beer.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Yeah. So
But
so
it's
that's
COVID, so sit home and get drunk.
well, no, just outside party, man.
All right.
Everybody has fire pits these days.
That's right.
I got one for our parking lot. It's only about this big, but it opens up, throw some wood in it, light some shit up.
There you go. I didn't know we had a parking lot.
So
Oh,
now-
your parking
My
lot.
parking lot.
Okay.
We got a parking lot.
Yeah,
Right
there's
there.
a parking lot out back.
I actually have it in my car right now.
I can light whatever I want on fire.
It's true.
yeah, you just can't buy another gun because we're
Yeah.
in New Jersey.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do next? You want to do the sours and then finish off with the browns and stouts?
Yeah, that sounds
Sure.
good.
Yes.
All right, so let's start with a kettle sour. We're going to start with the base, which is a lemonator. So we use, so we have a hop back. So a lot of smaller breweries don't. So we're not that small of a brewery. We're a 20-barrel brew house, but we're DME out of Canada, made our product. And they made it extended because our average beer is around 7.5, 8%.
Yeah.
So they made it bigger. So even though it's a 20, I can actually brew up to 42 barrels at a clip. So this one I did as a 60-barrel batch.
Dude, I'll drink that.
I know you will.
We used just under 10 cases of lemons, and so I have a hop back. So what we did was we cut and squeezed the lemons over the hop back, and then we ran the boiling wort through it on the way to the chiller, on the way to the fermenter. So every bit of beer actually was run through these lemons, including the peels, the pith, everything the seeds, everything. It's a nightmare to clean up, but let me tell you something. It makes lemonade.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
So our sour series in cans all have a different comic book on them. So every
love
sour,
that.
yeah. So every sour we put out. So and we put our friends and ourselves on them. So
I mean, why wouldn't you?
How about them apples?
So we mix them in and we throw in our bartenders once in a while on them just to be cool.
Yeah.
And we put a little bit of everybody's personality in. So unfortunately, I guess my partner wasn't in the mood for me. So we put out Milkman, which is the anti-sour. He's the sours. He's the nemesis. He's the good guy. So the Milkman, because he cancels out the sour. So, but in that episode, they killed me off. So I'm sitting next to the mash tun. I got crosses on my eyes. I'm dead. I was like, dude. I was like, what did I do to offend you?
Unacceptable.
So this is the base for a couple different ones. So this is the base for the squeeze, which is the orange lemonade. It's the base for the guava lemonade, which is Da Bomb. And we call it Da Bomb because it has real fruit in it, and if you leave it sit out, shit will explode.
Is it the ace of base?
If this, see, if I was,
I saw the sign.
not only am I enjoying the hell out of this as a beer,
Fucking refreshing,
but if I'm gonna have a lemonade, this is what I want it to taste like.
right?
Without all the like sugar and shit. Just
So
nice, perfect.
We actually use a specific lactobacillus strain, which at a specific temperature, it gives that bread finish that you have.
Yeah.
So I originally didn't like it. and I wasn't on board. And my partners were like, no, you know what? It separates it from other kettle sours. It gives it a distinct flavor. And so we brewed this starting last year. So this is our second year brewing it. We brewed it like 6 different times. And now I'm finally on board with the bread finish.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? It does separate it. It makes it a completely different beer. So
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
just something from the actual brewing standpoint. So I'm also the brewer. I've brewed every single batch of beer we've ever put out. I'm the owner, but
Yeah.
I stand in the brewery and I make the beer every day.
Yeah, cool. Nobody else, everybody's your assistant.
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Everyone is my assistant. Even my partners, they're my assistants.
Nice.
And how difficult was the transition from going from your garage to
So going from the garage to my setup was nothing because I had already been the general manager of JJ Biddings, which is a 10-barrel system.
right.
So I had already worked on it and I managed the guys who did it, even though most of them I actually learned more than I bossed them around.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, I mean, so Mehmet, who was at Other Half, Chris Sheehan, who was at Ghost Hawk, and Mike Sella, I mean, the amount I probably learned 90% of what I know from the 3 of them. So, I mean, it was a very good experience. It was a very easy transition because I went from the homebrew to 10 to 20. It's just, you know,
Yes.
the momentum just put me there.
So what's the biggest beer you brew?
13.5%
Yeah.
stout. You're going to get one of them.
Okay, cool.
That's the last beer we're going to drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on the website. I was like, that's
So I have 4 of them coming out in late November that we're going to actually do. So we haven't released this to the public yet, so I guess I might as well do it now. So we're actually going to do a 4-pack of.
breaking news.
Yeah, we're going to do a 4-pack of the 13% stouts as s'mores also.
Nice.
So we're going to do it as deconstructed and regular, and then we also, so that's 4 different varieties. Then we also have Naughty and Nice coming out, and then the rest of it is going to go in a barrel.
Cool.
We have 8 bourbon barrels coming, 1 cognac barrel, 1 red wine barrel, and a port wine barrel.
Okay.
So they'll be next Christmas. They'll be available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the ranch dressing beer coming out?
So I believe, according to Instagram. wait, no, you guys are laughing. Okay, but I believe.
There's already a
There is one.
I believe that according to Instagram, that Rochester Mills Production Brewery and Public Tap Room in Rochester Mills Production Brewery and Tap Room in Auburn Hills, Missouri, have put out a buttermilk ranch milkshake stout.
Oh, how about them apples?
I don't believe it's true, but this apparently was on their Instagram today.
Looked
Well,
like there's some
I think
nutritional value there.
They need to send that to us. We gotta if it's real.
No, man.
So
No,
Rochester
man.
Mills, Missouri, if you guys are listening,
Don't send it to us because we're not going to drink it.
Oh,
I'll
Stevie-
drink it.
Stevie B
Yeah.
will drink it.
I'll drink
Yeah,
that
okay.
along with the mustard beer.
Okay.
And
Well, the
this.
mustard beer we want.
Yeah. I'll try all these crazy beers, man.
I don't
You know, I think it's great because like years ago when craft brew first emerged in the 90s and it became like everybody was such a snob about sticking to
Craft beer's like
the
weed now,
German.
man.
it is.
There's like fucking, it's like, oh, what is it?
Everybody
There's
was
like
so
many
like-
different kinds.
everybody
It's
was
just
so
like
worried.
weed.
Everybody
and they
was
went
so
hand in
anal.
hand over the years.
But everybody was so anal on sticking to the German purity laws and crap with their beers.
So now most of what you had actually fits German purity law.
Yes.
Yeah. So unless we added fruit to it, but
Right.
So all the rest of our stuff. So we actually, which is other brewers actually make fun of me. So we don't use anything in our beer. So I do adjust the water profile for every beer. Okay, but as far as additives to stop from boil overs, most places use something called firm cap. We don't. We actually take the time and just stand there and make sure that it doesn't boil over. We take our time and we try to do everything the right way. So this one is the squeeze.
Ooh.
So
sounds
this
sexy.
one is the lemonade base, and then to get the orange. So you guys, luckily, I'm in a room of all guys at least my age. We used the frozen concentrate containers that come in the
nice.
cardboard for the orange. So when you taste it, you're gonna be like, dude, this is like a
yeah.
kickback to childhood. I
yes.
recognize that flavor. So I literally stood over the tank, opened each one of
Yes.
these, and squeezed it in the top, and it plop, plop, plop. As it went in, it was hysterical.
I want to see a video of that.
There is one. I think it's on. I think it's on
nice.
Instagram.
That is-
I think there's a boomerang of me doing one of them in there.
Oh, that is a cool fucking label on this too. Look at that.
So.
Nice.
So this girl here, okay, so the girl on the label is one of our friends, and she worked for us for a while. She actually stopped working for us during COVID and worked at someplace closer to her house. But so it's really funny is that this is, if so you guys can't see it, but it's a comic. If this actually happened in real life, this
They'll
is the
see it.
face that the girl would make. Like, it'll get away from me, and it was like, it just fit her perfectly, so. And
I know that face too well.
Yeah, and she was a very good employee for a couple of years, so,
I know it better than you do. I've been married for 25 years. All right, so okay, since we're going back to our childhood, I'll tell you what beers that were supposed to be in the mail today. What the hell? There's a brewery in Humble, Texas, which is a suburb of Houston.
yes, I go to Houston a couple times a year.
Ingenious.
Yeah, Ingenious Brewing, and they released a couple of weeks ago a series of beers that are themed on everybody's favorite breakfast cereals that your parents would never let you eat. Count Chocula and Blueberry Crunch.
Frankenberry.
And Frankenberry.
They even had Yummy Mummy and
Fruit Brute.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
And so I happen to have some friends down there. So somebody went and shipped some up our way. They were supposed to be here by now. They didn't make it yet.
So I came from some weird family where my mom thought that, cereals obviously were bad, but it was perfectly fine to have oatmeal cookies or chocolate chip pancakes for breakfast.
exactly. Yeah.
So I don't really know how that one worked out, but
Yeah. Yeah, I see. You know.
This does remind me of the.
yeah. So we actually,
concentrate.
so we actually use Minute Maid.
Yeah.
So it's kind of everybody should recognize that flavor
Yes,
a little bit.
That was my orange juice every morning growing up.
So now,
I would definitely have this beer with breakfast.
Exactly. You could.
For breakfast.
You could.
Heck yes.
so for the transition, I would actually recommend everybody rinses their glasses for this one. So this one I left separate because I didn't really know where to put it. So this is an Imperial IPA. It's 8.5, and it's part of our Momo series, which Mo Money Mo Problems. And if anybody,
Full.
Am I supposed to drink this
no,
with water?
we have another one.
I'll drink it.
We're ready to
Stevie B's
swap it
gonna
out.
drink this.
Well, I gotta go.
Don't you
Crowler.
dare!
I gotta go to the bathroom. Well, empty it.
All right.
No, here I got another one right
But
here.
Steve's gonna.
Well, you can still go to the bathroom, but we'll
Yeah, we
swap
won't
you.
stop you.
So this one is Mo Money Mo Problem. So we call it the Momo series, and so the label for you at home. So the label is actually from the Mo Money Mo Problem video.
Nice.
So where they're standing in the tunnel with all the lights around them. So this one though is Matsueka and Mosaic, which is what the whole series is. But this one has added cinnamon and vanilla. So we use Madagascar vanilla, and I use 5 different types of cinnamon. I need to dump that. I didn't have it done.
Oh, you didn't rinse.
I did rinse, I just didn't dump it. I think maybe I thought I was going to drink water, and that's not normal.
No, you didn't think that.
Water.
So it's an 8.5 IPA. What? Oh, thanks. With vanilla and cinnamon, which is an odd combo, and I made a glass of it for myself, and I was like, wow, this is delicious. Let's just make this beer.
Is it an odd combo?
IPA with cinnamon and vanilla?
Oh yeah, I guess.
An
I was
IPA
just,
with
I was
cinnamon.
just thinking the cinnamon and vanilla, but an IPA with cinnamon.
Yeah,
and
cinnamon
like,
and
like
vanilla.
A
Now I'm
stout
thinking
with
of
that would be
pancakes
fine.
now.
Yeah, so what's really weird is it came out, according to me, it came out fantastic.
All right, let's taste this.
I can't.
Oh yeah, Groby still got a pour.
Yeah, we're waiting on Groby here.
I can't taste it yet. All right, I'm pouring. This is exciting radio.
Glug, 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 glug.
I'm definitely getting the taste. I got the cinnamon.
There's a little more.
Yeah, and you definitely get the vanilla in the end.
Yep.
Yeah, that's.
It's an after. Yeah, I like that.
So you want to hear something cool? So I'm
Yes.
I always
actually.
want to hear something cool.
So I am Edison's environmental commissioner.
Nice.
Really?
Okay, yeah, so our brewery is super, super environmentally friendly. So all of our grain goes to a farmer who brings me fresh eggs and pork and beef all the time, and our hops and yeast actually get composted out back. And I don't know why I brought that up. There was a reason for me to bring that up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, a lot of farm-to-table stuff going on.
Somebody said
Yeah.
something,
Somebody did say something.
Yeah, and then it went that way.
and then it went that way.
Yeah, and then my stoner mentality forgot what track I was going on. But either way, so we're really, you know,
You're gonna remember when you
clean
listen
brew.
back.
That's exactly what it
Well,
is.
I mean,
Sorry, guys.
I mean, from what we know, like pretty much all the brewers do that. I mean, distilleries do it. They hand off their grain, they get their stuff.
So because we're
You know.
craft, we feel like we got to be better
Yes.
than everybody else.
Well,
Yeah.
no, that's
Oh,
just the way it's
that's where I
supposed
was
to be
going.
done.
I got it.
Oh,
Okay.
wait a minute.
So our vanilla, so we get vanilla, okay, from, we actually get vanilla shipped to us from Madagascar. And so I personally slice it up and I spoon it out. And what we do is I hang it, so, which is another weird thing that I picked up. So I use stockings instead of muslin bags.
Okay.
So stockings are made of nylon, which don't break down.
Oh,
And,
it's a sock.
and they can be sanitized, and their holes are very small.
Yeah.
So
Right.
for vanilla, it's perfect. So when we finish the beer and we can and everything, I actually take the vanilla back out. I dry it at home, and my salesman's brother owns a ice cream store, and I dry it and I put it through the coffee grinder, and he uses it for the vanilla in his vanilla ice cream.
Nice.
I want that.
Killer.
So we try to use absolutely everything we
Yes,
can,
yes.
as much
Do
as
it.
we can.
That is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I mean, plus it's fun and I get
Yeah.
free ice cream, so.
Tell
Yeah,
me-
oh yeah. I guess I should scoop to my Lou in Spotswood.
Yeah, Scoop to my Lou and Spotswood.
When you
We'll
guys
have
come
him
up
on
with
the
these,
show.
when you come up with these ideas now, where you decided to infuse the cinnamon and vanilla, do you guys sit around and you just smoke a lot and you think, all right, this is what we want to try out?
So we're brewers, so we don't sit around. We're constantly working. We run outside.
Yeah.
We hit the bowl a couple times. We run back in, and then we just fuck around. And literally, I'm not even kidding you when I say I took old vanilla that I had hanging from the thing that I was about to dry. I took cinnamon and I put it in a glass on a canning day and drank it and was like, this is fucking delicious. Let's make this next.
I like your process. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
none
it's-
of that
So
phony.
it's not like the stoner process where they're all like, "What do you feel like eating?" Birthday cake. That's the name, man.
Where's that birthday cake brew?
So I don't know if it's like some vibe I put off, but we don't even eat sweets. We're all like we do like roasts and beef and pork, and we do like all
Okay.
smoked meats and real meats, and
No, and
we don't ever have dessert. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I guess the beer is our dessert.
Well, I'm not a dessert guy.
You haven't-
I
you
haven't.
haven't-
I have a smoker and several grills out
you
there.
haven't conjured up a
Yeah.
pork beer yet.
Yeah, so we did years ago.
Ooh, nice.
So years
of
ago
a
we did
bitch.
Sacked Elvis, which was it was a different stream of beers we did. So we originally did Sacked Lunch, which is peanut butter and jelly, and it came in a bottle that it had like a paper bag outlook to it.
There you go,
And
Steve.
it said in the corner, it said, "Mommy loves you," and so we did a peanut butter bacon banana beer for Elvis, and we called it Sacked Elvis, and we put in the little corner a little like charcoal drawing of Elvis, and it said, "The King loves you, baby." And so that had banana bacon and peanut butter, which was the Elvis sandwich.
I would like to see that label for sure.
Yeah.
I could see that one working, but I had a bacon stout one time, and all I got was bacon. I'm like, I don't know if I want to be drinking bacon, but the peanut butter banana bacon, I think, would taste a lot better than what I had before.
So we used 10 pounds of bacon, and my partner Jay cooked them in his house, and so you have to overcook it so that you don't get the grease in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we used 10 pounds, and it wasn't enough.
Nah.
And it was in 4 barrels. So we
So
used,
you use actual bacon?
oh yeah, we used 2.5 pounds of bacon per
because
barrel.
The only beer I've only had 2 beers had bacon in it. Both of them are from Rogue.
Actually, and
And-
wait, somebody did. It was on one of your podcasts. I remember you guys were talking about it at some point.
Yeah, we did. We had
Yeah,
it.
you had a bacon beer here at some point.
Yeah, I might not
a
have
while
drank.
ago.
I might not have drank that.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe-
you
Was
did.
it Rogue? Was it Rogue?
It might
No,
have.
it wasn't one of the
No.
rogue ones. I forget. It was one of the one Potts showed up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys had a bacon beer because you were picking on vegans, and I love to pick
Yeah.
on vegans. Sorry,
Yes.
vegans.
I'm not a fucking vegan.
Yeah, he eats eggs and cheese.
You're a bad vegan.
Traitor.
And if I'm hungry,
You'll
Yes.
eat the rodizio.
Yes.
I'll eat the radicchio.
Yeah.
All right, there you go.
Yeah,
That's not a
exactly.
Turns
vegan.
video
Yeah.
tapes.
Yeah,
I mean,
by the way, 800 feet up the road, rodizio.
Nice.
Yeah. I might go there after this. I got to sober up.
All right, before we move on, I'm taking a break.
Yeah.
okay.
You want to do it?
Have seconds.
All right, as we're pouring beer, we're back from break. Magic of the internet. You didn't even know we were gone.
Yeah.
I knew.
Stevie B, you want to read the next drunk news story?
Why, yes, I will. Drunk man breaks into McDonald's looking for chicken nuggets.
That's where they keep them.
Just really wanted some late night chicken nuggets. A drunk man is facing misdemeanor charges after he set off an alarm at a McDonald's in Westlake, Ohio last week at 1:30 a.m. Wait a minute.
Yeah, this
Are
is not
McDonald's
New Jersey.
24 hours
Well,
or?
in
Not-
New
Not
Jersey,
all,
yes.
not all
That
of them,
one.
Steve.
Oh, silly me.
In Westlake, Ohio,
Yeah.
they close early, man.
Yeah, they open late too, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 25-year-old intoxicated man reportedly had a hankering for chicken nuggets and went to the fast food chain in search. However, once he arrived, he was, quote, surprised that no one was there to take his order, a report from Cleveland.com shared. The man exited the restaurant through the front door, which was open, to responding police officers. The young man was charged with disorderly conduct while intoxicated, the outlet shared. Fortunately, no chicken nuggets seemed to be disturbed, nor damage reportedly done to the store, unlike at a spate of Taco Bells in Pennsylvania, which had been targeted by a repeat robber. Those bastards.
All right, I'm confused by this.
Did he rob money or did he rob tacos?
This door was unlocked.
He did.
Yeah. Wait, what state is it?
Ohio.
That's why.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably nobody for like 30 miles.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just Joe walking through the door.
Yeah.
Ohio is northern Kentucky.
Or Western Pennsylvania.
It has a weird smell. I drove through it.
Yes.
And now we're having more beer.
Yeah.
So this one is actually from Friday?
Friday.
Really?
Yeah, 10/16.
All right.
So this one is from Friday. So this is an all-dayer also. So this one is a 4.6% nut brown. Now this one is aged on coffee from Penstock Coffee in Highland Park, New Jersey, which is
Nice.
a very close friend of ours. The owner of it is a home brewer. So I talked to them, and he picks out a coffee variety. So this is a blend of 3 different coffees, and then his roaster roasts it according to the beer we're making. So since this is a lighter beer, it's a lighter roast.
Oh, okay.
And then instead of making cold brew, what we do is we actually put the beans right into the coffee, and we use the beer as the water instead of using water, so we don't water it down.
Oh, this is
I like this. This is really good.
I can have this with my bacon and eggs on Sundays.
Yes.
In fact, I'm going to.
And so there's what is there? There's a half a pound of coffee per barrel in this.
Now Janine's over there with her mouth water, and she wants to
you
try
want
the
some,
coffee
Janine?
beer.
Come on over.
You want to come on over and you can have some coffee beer.
They're off their job. They're not pouring over there.
So now in 2 weeks, so you're about to have the coconut one next, and in 2 weeks we're actually doing a coffee coconut version of this.
Oh, okay. Nice. This,
Nice.
I mean, I can drink this. I'm telling you, drink this
Yeah.
for
You
breakfast.
mentioned-
Well, and it's
This
4.6, so you actually can.
Here she comes.
No, Janine needs a pour.
We need another can.
Another one.
We need another can.
Your guys are fired. Your guys are fired, Charlie.
Well, we're
Yeah.
leaving everything with them to drink anyway, so if she didn't have it now, she can have it tonight.
Oh no, you're not leaving everything with them.
Yeah, well, it's it was like an hour and 20 minutes for us to get here.
Yeah.
So this beer's been out of the fridge for a while, but it really should be. This is more,
Yeah, we're at the beers now to where.
yes, so temperature, so the last 2 actually are not refrigerated at all. The last 2 are just come as they are,
Yeah.
whatever temperature it is. So, but these, I recommend like right around 50 degrees is probably ideal for
Right.
these.
This is killer.
Thank you.
There's more?
Yeah.
So now this is another one. So the nut brown base recipe on this is actually our original homebrew recipe.
Really?
Yep, nothing.
Nice.
It's just scaled up. Nothing's changed in 11 and a half years.
Nice.
Yeah, we got in trouble.
Now, as a home brewer, this is a question. How many brews did it take till you figured you were confident enough to brew it to sell it?
One,
Like
two,
that-
three. Three.
No, so, I grew up in an interesting household where my father only had 2 beers in my house my whole life.
Oh.
So he had Valentine India Pale Ale.
Yes.
And he
With
had
the puzzles on the cap.
Yep, with the puzzles on every cap. Okay, and he also only drank Guinness Stout out of a bottle, not the draft bullshit.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right.
The actual
The real
Guinness
stout,
Stout
real
in the bottle.
stout.
So that's what I thought beer tasted like. And so every Friday, I would get a sip, and then finally I was like 6 or 7, and he just bought me O'Doul's at that point to dip my pizza in every Friday. So I thought that was what beer tasted like. When I went to high school and I started drinking macro beers, I thought they were terrible, and I switched to bourbon, and I didn't drink beer for like probably 6 or 7 years until I went to college, and that's when I started getting into craft beers. I started drinking Belgians and Germans, and then Sam Adams and Sam Smiths, and then
Right.
So this is 1997, 98. So now there wasn't that many craft beers, so Delirium was like the best thing I ever had.
And it's still really good.
It's still really good,
Yes.
but at that point I was like, wow, this is a beer, and I was like, that's cool. So when we started brewing beers, when my father said, you guys should sell this shit, I said, we're gonna fucking think about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I told you how we drank bourbon and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's definitely past where I can get in trouble, but so one day, our partner forgot 9 pounds of grain out of a 20-pound batch. So we decided to go out looking, but we had already had bourbon at that point, and we probably shouldn't have driven in the first place. But we went to this place. It looked like it had been shut down and closed. It had a for rent sign, like leaning against the building, and so we go there, and the metal shutters weren't locked, so we pulled them up. We started looking. The back door was like a little loose, so we pulled it open and we went inside. And sure enough, it's a fucking active convenience store. And we just broke into it on a Sunday morning before they opened. It took us a while to realize that, oh shit, we probably shouldn't be here. But so we closed it back up, we pulled the shade back down, and we got the fuck out of there. So that was the day that we actually started looking for a building.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then, so we're all, the whole first startup was all our money. So we put money away for a year. Every week we would just put money in and buy something and mark it down. And we did it all ourselves. Now we got some loans for the second one from friends and families, but until COVID, we actually never had a real loan. So now we have a real loan because we were shut down for 2 months.
Sure.
So the government did give us a loan, although not for anywhere near what we should have gotten, but that's the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Go on, Stevie, say it. You hate the government.
yeah.
I hate the governor because he's the worst villain on The Walking Dead. Negan is far much better.
So as a government as an appointed government official, I don't think I can say I hate the government because that would include myself.
Right. Yeah, you're part of that.
But
Yeah, but I hate myself.
I despise a lot of government tactics,
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
and the only one I trust is me.
But they are a necessary
Yes.
evil. We need them. Unfortunately.
So this next one
Sorry
is
to all of our anarchist friends, but we need rules.
some. You have to have some.
Damn the rules.
If you think that we can self-govern, just go to the grocery store
Yeah, see,
and watch
I don't think I want to share this one.
watch people put fucking
Their shopping carts away.
carts away, which
Oh,
is
wait
the
a
easiest thing you could do, and then tell me that we can control shit on our own.
Yeah.
Oh wait, there's another beer coming. I gotta
what we're
finish.
drinking or about to drink smells amazing.
So this is the coconut version of it. So this is the same beer minus the coffee plus coconut.
Oh, minus the coffee.
Minus the coffee. So in 2 weeks we're gonna put out one with, or maybe in 4 weeks we're gonna put out one with coffee and coconut.
You have a lovely pair of coconuts.
But so this happened by accident. Ooh. So it was my birthday, and I think it was like my 36th or 37th birthday, and the brewery we were 1 year or 2 years old, and I was wasted. What was my birthday, man? And I actually toasted up a bunch of coconut in a toaster. I got no idea why, and I put it in the beer, and we made a firkin out of it for somebody's cask fest, and it came out so good. I was like, all right, well, I'm making this shit now.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
tastes like coconut cake.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is,
It does.
Take that,
Coconut-
Girl Scout cookie
coconut
Samoas.
birthday cake stout.
But
Yeah.
like a beer, not like a
See,
Yeah.
I've tried a lot of coconut beers. The only one I ever liked was the one that ship bottomed me. I didn't like Zigmeister's, didn't like several of them. I was like, oh, this is the second one I liked.
This is my first coconut beer, and I love it.
You know,
So I love coconut,
yes.
and I feel like it's good all year round.
He's nuts for coconuts.
I am. I really am. I use coconut cream in my coffee every day.
This is giving me blue balls.
Probably not. If you give it to your girl, you probably could get rid of those blue balls. Oh, so I know that you guys were talking about terrible reviews.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
So I got one that stuck with me for the years. That was I'd like to say it was the best one I've ever gotten. So I don't know why, but in my head I'm picturing it was a girl, and it said, "This is the best pumpkin beer I've ever had. I hate pumpkins. 1."
Wow.
So you gave me a 1 star in the best pumpkin beer you have ever had, but you hate pumpkins. Why would you order a pumpkin beer, you idiot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate pumpkins. Give me the pumpkin beer.
Like why? And if it's the best one, then it should be a 5.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Not a 1.
Yeah.
Just because you hate
Yes.
pumpkins,
Yes.
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's your favorite one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that one was a winner.
She's obviously
No.
fell down the steps
Yes.
at a
And,
point in her life.
and then we produced a beer called VIP, which was Vanilla Imperial Porter. Someone complained that it had too much vanilla. I said, it's literally the first letter of the title. What did you expect it to taste
Right.
like? My nuts?
Yes.
So years ago, Michael Kane from Kane Brewing told me that he stopped looking at Untapped years ago, and that he suggested I do the same.
Yeah.
So I did. So my partners look at it, my staff look at it. I don't ever open it.
Now,
And you know this because you hear them laughing in the background.
Well, I mean, like I said before, for example, okay, if you were to ask me what a perfect style for a amber lager is,
Yeah.
I would say it's Yingling.
Yes.
Yingling's like a 3.
Yeah.
Well, if it's the perfect for the style, it should be closer to a 5 at least.
Yeah.
But the people rate things on how they think they are, not like they're a beer judge. So I'm a beer judge also. So I judge the Homebrew Fest up here in Sussex every year.
Oh, at the fair.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, but what people don't realize is that Untapped, you're actually supposed to be rating the beer as if you were a beer judge. Not whether you like it or not. This is
Yeah.
not your fucking Facebook
Right,
page.
right.
Yeah.
This is for other people to use as an educational resource.
Yes.
But, I mean,
Janine won some ribbons there
No, it's
There you
it's
go.
at the
it's
fair,
it's
like years ago.
it's just ridiculous when people have nothing better to do than just waste their time going on and like leaving crappy reviews, but reviews that are just pointless.
so I always say it's the old lady who sits on her porch and complains that people are driving down her street too fast and calls the town
Yeah.
every day to get a stop sign put in the middle of the street. There's not even a turn. Let's put a stop sign in the middle of the street
Yeah.
just to shut this lady up because she has too much time on her hands.
Now, we had a bad review, or
We do.
Roby had a bad review.
Did you
But
find it?
But it was fake.
I was looking for it.
It was fake.
Yes. I made fun of the girl's boyfriend, so she called me names in a bad review. But she's never heard the show because she's like in Arkansas and some sort of hillbilly.
Well, I don't know if it's fake.
I
It's
mean,
fake.
it's still a review.
She still left it on our page, so
Yeah.
you know. But it was a terrible review.
But she called me a crybaby. I
Yeah.
don't cry about shit.
What the
I'm
hell
gonna-
does that have to do with our
Well-
show?
Exactly.
I'm gonna cry because my coconut beer is all gone.
So I brought a couple extra.
Okay,
Oh.
Steve, there you go.
And so that coconut is
That's
full
the same
distribution a couple times a year. So that should you should be able to find that a couple times a year. So this next one is Third Child Vanilla. It's our base regular stout. So now it's third child because when we got the new system, so we get the new system, and the first thing I want to do is let's make the biggest fucking beer we've ever made. And it's July, so I said, let's make the beer to barrel age for Christmas. So we were planning on doing an 11% stout. So my partner did the math wrong and gave me twice the amount of water. So about a quarter of the way through brewing, like through the actual mash in, I'm going, Jay, something's wrong. There's way too much water. And he's like, nah, you're just not too used to it being that big. I was like, no, bro. I'm like, I know what it should look like. It's a lot of water. He's like, no, it's right. And so an hour later, I said, Jay, this is still wrong. And he's like, let me go check. And he puts the numbers and he said, no, it's right. So we keep going, and I transfer everything to the boil kettle. And I said, dude, this is way wrong. I'm half gravity. He goes and found out that little did we all know, he gave me twice the amount of water for half the amount of grain.
No.
So it came out as 5.5 instead.
Yeah.
So it was a happy accident. So one of our regular customers said we should call it Third Child because it was delicious.
Yeah.
It's just naughty cut in half.
Yes.
So-
Exactly, yeah.
This is tearing it up. I would call it Wrathchild.
Oh, the coconut one.
The coconut one.
Oh, that coconut one was.
He's getting one.
You don't like this one.
Yeah, this is. So this
for
is your
five,
base.
So for 5.8, it's nice and thick. It's hearty. Got a
5.8
little umami to it, so
I mean,
you get
5.8's a
that savory.
traditional stout.
Yeah,
You know?
Thick
It's
the
our
way I
base.
like it.
I can drink this playing horseshoes on a Wednesday night.
Okay, so should I read the last bad review of this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
So this one is
let's do it.
special.
This is killing.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I could drink this every day.
I mean, we don't like. We don't do bad reviews. Period. If we don't like somebody's beer, we just don't talk about it.
Yeah.
No,
But-
it's just like, well, if you like this kind of beer, you'll probably love this.
But I'll be honest with people and say that's not.
Not
it's
for
not
me.
for me. But you haven't brought a beer to the table yet that I haven't said. Fuck, this is great.
Like, if I see these somewhere, I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I know I like that. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
But this thing,
Oh, yeah.
I want this.
Well, good. Well, that's full distribution also. That's the brewed with blood.
Really
So I
good.
didn't think that the government was going to let that pass. I thought that they were going to turn me down.
Make
'Cause
you
They
change
turn us.
your name?
They turn us down all the time for stupid stuff that I just
Why?
don't
Because they
understand.
think there's actual blood in it.
I
Says
guess.
brewed with blood.
Now what about
with blood.
the oyster stouts? They don't actually have oysters in them.
Oh yeah, they use
Yeah.
oyster shells.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm allergic to iodine, so I can't eat that.
Oh.
All right, so I'm gonna read you a review that somebody sent this to me. Okay. And
About the beer we're drinking.
about the beer you're drinking.
Okay.
I found your. I'm not going to say the name. I'm not going to say the date, but I found your stout in a local liquor store in New Jersey. I try to support all local businesses as much as possible. However, I'm not sure what this beer is. It's too light for a stout. Maybe you should call it a dark ale. But it's also not enjoyable to drink. The first can I tried was just awful. I figured my taste buds are awful. Now that I've tried a second can, it tastes worse than the first time. I couldn't even drink it. I had to pour it down the drain. I have to say this is the worst stout I've ever had. Porters and stouts are my go-to beer when I'm not in the mood for bourbon. I hope you guys can put something better out than this.
Oh!
Holy fucking blackness, Batman.
Yeah.
What the fuck beer are you looking at, pal?
That tastes like a stout to me.
What
Right?
the color? It's
Yeah.
not black.
It's beautiful.
It's
There's a blackness here. Come on.
It's as
Bring
black
it in.
as night.
Yes.
Like, what are you looking at, pal? I think he had someone else's beer.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway, if you figure that your taste buds suck, but what makes you think
he
they're
already
gonna-
said his taste buds were
what's
off.
going to make you think your taste buds are going to be better on the next one?
I didn't even
drunk.
respond to that guy
Yeah.
because my answer would have been, "What the fuck is wrong with you, asshole?"
Yes.
You got to stop
You know-
saving those.
You know.
I do because I
You
think
better
that
stop.
was an email. So that somebody actually took time and wrote me an email to send that to me.
Wow.
How much time do you have on your hands that this beer is not black? First off, like, are you colorblind too?
To me.
The good news is the man's never been racist a day in his life.
Yes. To me, I kind of like it.
Well, he can't tell the difference between black and white, so I guess he's not a racist.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I can't. I mean, I like that, like the breweries are coming out with these stouts that are like 5.5.
So we
5.6.
always have.
They're not,
We put this out every year.
yeah.
We just call it Third Child.
But that
That's
is
it.
a traditional stout.
It's exactly a traditional
you know?
stout. I don't know what you see in it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
Because I'm like,
Well,
I'm
fuck
not gonna-
that guy.
I'm not gonna bang down stouts in the middle of the day when it's 80 degrees.
I am.
So this next one, I haven't had it in a year.
Okay.
Okay. So I originally made this beer. Okay, its base is actually an 8% Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Okay, that I put in a barrel. Okay, but it was finished fermenting, and I put it in the barrel, and it was a bourbon barrel that must have been infected. So the beer that I had in kegs a year later was still perfectly fine. So that's how I figured it's got to be the actual barrel itself was infected.
Yeah.
So what we did was I opened up the top and I let it get more infected, and I let it sit there for a year and a half. So this beer was actually brewed almost 4 years ago.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, this was bottled a year ago. Bottle opener? So this beer was actually bottled over a year ago.
What?
And so I added pear and cinnamon to it. Oh, there we go.
I love that
So
sound.
I haven't had this in a year.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a sour, so what could happen to it? And it's half wild, so
Yeah.
Right, this is the
it
half.
can't go bad
This is
because
half
it's
wild, half-
already
half
infected on
kettle.
purpose. Yeah. Well, no, half barrel, half regular yeast fermentation, Saccharomyces.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is called?
So this is called Thank You Very Much because it is pear and cinnamon.
Nice.
So when I tasted it, the pumpkin ended up with a pear flavor and already had cinnamon and nutmeg in it. So I said, you know what, let's add some pear to this. And that's, so when I added the pear is when we actually left it open so I would get some more wild yeast in it and ferment the pear juice.
Yes. Where I work, that's all he
Yes.
does the whole wild yeast thing.
Yes.
So
So what we do is we just leave the barrel with the top off of it in our grain room.
yeah,
And whatever happens, happens.
yeah. He just puts his in his.
No, he's got the
So
windows
it's not-
open.
you can
Yeah, he's
Smell
got the
the-
windows up, but he just puts it in his cool ship. Just leaves that in the middle of the room.
You can smell the wild yeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can totally smell what the rock is cooking.
I smell this every Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, I still love this beer.
Oh
great.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very Belgium-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not Belgian style, Belgium the country.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. No, this is killer.
Yeah, so this I put out for Thanksgiving last year.
It's much better than our infected beer.
Yeah.
So this is another happy accident that I turned into a real beer.
Actually, I like our infected beer. We made a Hefeweizen.
But it turned out very
It
sour.
became a sour.
Okay.
I don't know what happened to it. Can't figure it out.
So sometimes it can turn into a real beer. Sometimes it's got to go in the garbage.
Yeah.
I had one that tasted like rotten meat.
Well,
And again, it was the barrel because when you get the barrels, we get them fresh dumped.
right.
But I mean, they still traveled here. You don't know how well the guy sealed them up, how much
Yeah.
CO2 is actually in there versus air. Like you have no idea. So that's why barrel aged beers are always more expensive because you have to plan ahead that you're going to lose one out of every 4 of them is going to
Yeah.
go in the garbage.
Yeah.
So
But I actually enjoy my infected Hefeweizen.
I like
Yes,
this.
it was. I think it's pretty good. I drank a whole bunch of them.
yeah.
So, but we did make one that literally tasted and smelled like a rubber boot.
Yeah, we didn't drink those.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah, when
drink
you
it.
dumped.
I bet
Totally
you
drink it.
hipsters would have drank that. If you called it rubber boot, put it out there,
Well, yeah.
hipsters would be like, oh, I would like the rubber boot, please.
I think I said that to him. I said, if we brought this into Brooklyn and said it's rubber boot ale, these idiots would pay $10 a bottle for it.
They will.
Yes.
Kiwanis River beer.
If you bring it to them, they will drink it.
But it was funny. It was fun. I mean, we had them in the garage. They were exploding.
Oh, that's how you know.
It was bad.
So this one was good beer going into the barrel.
Yeah.
It didn't
Right.
get infected until it was in the barrel. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's all a barrel-aged sour is anyway.
Right. Yeah.
It's just
exactly.
infected in the barrel.
Yeah.
The beer wasn't infected first. The barrel did it.
Yes.
So why not? Let's let it roll with it. So
I
what
like
we
that.
so what we did was I sat on it until I thought it tasted good. It was about a year and 8 months I sat on it until I thought it was good enough to turn into a regular beer.
It tastes good to me, man.
I enjoy the hell out of it.
I mean, it's exactly what a mixed fermentation sour is supposed to taste
Yes.
like. So
Yeah.
so I hit that one on the head by accident.
Yes, exactly.
Hey,
Way to go, Chaz.
sometimes that happens.
It does. What you got here? Time for a story?
Yeah.
Do a news story.
Go ahead.
Well, let's do one of the new ones here. Actually, it's not new. It's old. I'm going to do this one. So right now, this one is from 2016. Judge sucker punched lawyer after party.
Nice.
Yeah. In quotes, I do justice and I fucking kill people. Robert Beltrani allegedly said before altercation. Yikes.
What state is this?
This I do not know yet. Let's find out.
Okay.
All right. A party in October ended with a legal aid lawyer trying.
That's how we do our research.
Should we guess what state it is?
You know what? Let's guess before we read this now.
I'm gonna guess Utah.
Illinois.
Chicago.
Not a state.
Yeah.
No, it's a state. Trust me.
He already said Illinois.
No, I'm downsizing it more. I'm saying Chicago. Because you got your rednecks all over the
specific.
place. Then you got Chicago.
I'm going Oklahoma.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say a state anyway. I'm gonna say Texas.
Okay.
I really don't know.
Steve doesn't know the states.
Ohio.
Well, that's where the ranch dressing is.
That's what I'm going with.
All right. A party in October ended with a legal aid lawyer lying unconscious on a New York City sidewalk.
Oh, man.
You know what? Yeah,
we should've known.
Any of this could happen in New York City.
Yes.
But that's the whole thing. New York City is its own state. It's not New York State.
Yeah.
It's New York City where fucked up shit happens.
Yeah.
So anyway, and on Tuesday, a state parole judge who handles Rikers Island cases was charged with misdemeanor assault and harassment in the case. The New York Daily News reports Robert Petroni, 53, was said to be at the same October 20th party as attorney Sam Roberts, 48. Per the New York Post, and an allegedly intoxicated Petroni reporter said some inflammatory words to Roberts. Inflammatory. He'll fucking kill him is what he said, basically.
he said I kill people.
Yeah.
I do justice and kill people.
Inflammatory would be an understatement.
Well, he said it just after 11:30 that night as they stood outside the venue. Yeah, I'm the judge, Petroni said with a complaint against him. I do justice and I fucking kill people. Petroni then allegedly sucker punched Roberts as he tried to walk away, then fell on top of him on the sidewalk. Roberts was knocked out and suffered a separated shoulder, a black eye, and other injuries. He told. Here's the thing now, aren't judges like old? Like you got to be a lawyer for a while.
Yeah, well, the cat on night court wasn't old.
Harry Anderson.
You know, but he was a magician.
Oh,
That's right.
Yeah.
I love Night Court.
Yeah, that was a good show.
I love Marky Post.
And I love John Mark. You know what? She was. I always thought she was hot.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah,
God,
I
I
did.
loved her on Fall Guy. I loved her on that show.
Yeah, I
Oh
did.
my God,
I like John Larroquette too.
I'm gonna go stalk her
John
now. I'm
Larroquette
out
was
of here.
great.
I'm gonna go find her. Yeah, John Larroquette was really good.
You know, she might be gettable.
You know what? I think
At
she
this
might be.
point, she might actually
Yeah,
be.
you might have a shot.
I mean,
might
she's
be
like 60,
attainable.
but yeah, whatever. I'm
She's
50.
probably still hot.
No,
I'm
she
sure
is.
she has enough money to keep herself in good shape.
I've seen her on Chicago PD.
You can
Yeah,
get
she's
a
hot.
gummer.
But anyway, now that I just got knocked off topic here, I don't know where I was.
On New York City street.
I'm gonna reintroduce myself to this story here.
Get it right or pay the price.
So he said, his injuries, and said, oh yeah, Petroni didn't seem like him after they introduced that he tried to disengage and may have been impolite to Petroni. At that one point, the judge warned him, "Don't respect me, watch out." The Post, which noted Petroni showed up to court Tuesday with a quarter-sized lump on his forehead, it's that he left the courtroom without comment. mumbling profanities under his breath. He was released without bail. Roberts received an order of protection against him. What a great fucking judge, right?
I like the guy.
Yeah, no, he's
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know.
But now, I want Groby to read this one right here. The headline is pretty funny.
Wait, should we guess what state?
Yeah, let's do that. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't know if it even says it, but
He's got to read the headline
Yeah,
first.
let's
yeah,
do
read
that.
that. Read the headline.
Drunk frat guy.
New Jersey.
Left at hospital
Jersey.
with Post-it.
Washington State.
Student had blood alcohol content of 0.47 after downing 20 tequila shots in drinking competition.
Florida.
Tequila. Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that
Come on. That sounds like a Florida
that's a
man
panhandle.
story.
That's a
Wait a minute.
panhandle story.
Wait a minute. Did you say 0.47?
Yeah.
Yes.
0.47.
That's like dead.
I know, right? So it's got to be Florida.
That's like 6.5 times the legal limit.
Yeah, that's like
Yes, that's like you're really near death there.
like 0.26.
I just
You're supposed
report
to go
the
to the
news,
hospital.
man. I don't make it.
That's not just Florida. That's Jacksonville, Florida.
You might be right.
Okay.
So I went a little bit more. I would go Panhandle, Florida.
Yeah, Pensacola.
Yeah, I think just a little bit east of where
Well,
you're thinking.
right under Alabama.
Yeah.
Over
You know
there.
what?
Yeah.
Everybody's
My,
Florida, Alabama.
Yeah.
Frat fail. An Arizona State University student
Oh, he's from Florida.
who put back an estimated 20 shots of tequila
Oh!
and ended up passed out in the emergency room. But his fraternity brothers were nice enough to stick a Post-it note on him asking for help before leaving. The 19-year-old is fine now, but he might face charges of underage drinking. The student had passed out and started turning blue before his frat brothers dropped him at the hospital, police said. They initially tried taking him to one of their homes because they were afraid of getting into trouble.
Yeah.
The student had a blood alcohol
Put him in
content
the
of
bath.
0.47%, nearly 6 times the legal driving limit. His frat, Sigma Alpha Epsilon, drew headlines last year when another one of its members drowned in a river after being kicked out of a Tempe bar during a fraternity party. And Bloomsburg previously reported that SAE had been associated with 8 deaths in as many years, in a piece that spelled out how national fraternities shield themselves from liability when things go wrong. Police don't expect to charge any of the students' fraternity brothers in the case.
So I call that poor planning and complete slackerdom.
Yes.
Yeah.
I went on my 21st birthday and I went to 21 bars. I did not have 21. I had 30 drinks on my 21st birthday.
Yes.
You did what
This
you were
guy
supposed
did
to do.
not prepare well whatsoever.
No.
He needs more schooling. His fraternity needs to go back to school. They need to learn how to drink properly.
They're amateurs.
And I'm still
21 bars I went to on my 21st birthday.
I'm still wondering how one of their members drowned in a river in the desert.
Right?
Arizona's desert. I never see rivers.
I gotta tell you.
Oh, wait, Lake Havasu. Is it Lake Havasu? Is that?
Yeah, but the Colorado River runs into that.
I was never
So-
I was never in a fraternity, but you know, I was in Seattle, and
Is that just one giant fraternity?
well, no, a buddy of mine actually lived in a frat house, even though he didn't go to college at all. He just somehow weaseled his way into living.
He
in
was
this
that guy in that movie,
Right.
the comedy movie.
He sold drugs.
So
Yeah.
exactly.
That's
so-
that's why I used to go there.
So he ended up. The national guy from their fraternity came out to check out their local chapter.
Make sure you read.
I did.
The national guy came out to check out their local chapter and see how they were operating, and apparently they weren't operating well, because he ended up hanging out with me and my 2 idiot friends all fucking night long. We dropped him off at the frat house. He went and he brought us in. All the frat guys were sleeping, and we stayed up fucking drinking all their beer for the rest of the night. And he was like, "This is pathetic." I mean, we had mohawks and shit, and fucking smelled like pigs. He was like,
Like you're supposed to. But now
We want you guys as members.
we're gonna have a guest news artist here. Here's the latest one.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna read the and let's choose a state again.
All right, I like
right.
this game.
I do
Yeah,
too.
this is a great.
Drunk kid designed a whole aircraft, then forgot.
That's hard to choose a state for.
I know. I'm gonna say Massachusetts.
You see, and that's exactly. I was thinking Massachusetts, Connecticut. That's where you're gonna get these brainiacs.
Right.
But he's got to be
That have
smart.
too much time.
He's got to be smart.
Montana.
No, nobody smart ever came out of Montana.
Yeah, it's Montana.
I'm going Washington State again.
All right.
Stevie B.
Wait, we're missing one.
New Jersey?
New Jersey. All right.
Yeah.
So, drunk kid designed a whole aircraft, forgot. Meanwhile, his roommate tweeted about his inebriated exploit has now gone viral. Screenshot from Keith Fainley's tweet about the design his roommate Mark came up with. Most people who've slammed rum and vodka drinks all night end up in a slurred conversation about the meaning of life, drunk texting, or passing out. But a second-year student at MIT says that he witnessed his trashed roommate. Oh no, excuse me, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. Michigan Tech.
Whoa, none of us got that.
Michigan Tech, not
Oh,
MIT.
wow. Oh.
Michigan Tech.
Oh.
So MTU says he witnessed his trash roommate do something a little more unusual late Saturday, design an entire aircraft with no memory of it in the morning. The Guardian reports Keith Fraley, 19, tells the paper that Mark, who doesn't want to use his real name just in case future employees don't approve of his drinking adventures, stumbled into their room about 11:30 to grab some textbooks. Why are you drunk at 11:30? Dude, you're in college. You shouldn't be drunk until at least 1 o'clock.
You should be drunk all day long at college.
Or you should be drunk all day long.
Yes, my daughter was.
He stumbled into their room around
Tuition
11.
I paid.
Where'd she go?
I said, yeah, well, she went to Seton Hall. So,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
so she was hammered all the time.
Yeah, Seton Hall didn't. So out of all the
Still
law
is.
schools, Seton Hall's the only one that didn't accept me. Jerks. Stumbled into their room at 11:30 to grab some textbooks, returning minutes later for his whiteboard. Around 1:30, he was back rambling like a slurred robot. I've never heard a robot slur. About his creation, which he described as an. Wow, this is an interesting word.
Let's hear it.
Ekranoplan, EKRANO plan.
Arachno plan.
Oh, and then now it describes it, a ground effect vehicle that hovers over water.
It's nerd talk.
The guys Mark was drinking with.
It's a hovercraft.
It's a hovercraft. Yeah, well, just call it a fucking hovercraft then.
Yeah.
The guys Mark was
The
drinking.
dude was hammered.
Yes.
So
but
he-
not the
he
dude writing the
closed
story.
on the-
He probably couldn't remember the hovercraft.
Man,
That
back
was a
to,
craniogram.
back to the Future is like
Kinda
20 years old.
similar,
Why don't
yeah.
we have hovercrafts?
Yeah.
They have them in Back to the Future too.
Yeah.
So the guys Mark was drinking with, as he frantically whipped up his aerospace mathematic calculations, tell Fraley that Mark was very intoxicated and was passing out on his whiteboard from time to time as he worked. Mark says he can't recall a thing. He woke up the next morning basically questioning his sanity because of the immense amount of work that was done in front of him. Fraley says the tweet Fraley sent out about his roomie's feet, in which he marvels, so my roommate came back drunk last night and doesn't remember designing an entire fucking airplane, has also now taken off with more than 81,000 retweets and 133,000 favorites so far. Responses range from critiques of the design to admiration and outright envy, with one commenter tweeting, I need to know what the fuck he was drinking. But what would the aircraft actually function? Fraley tells The Guardian, Mark says he looks forward to trying to recreate it with a remote control model with his colleagues.
All right.
Thank you, Michigan.
Zoinks!
I think I know what he was drinking.
Drunken airplanes.
Wait. What?
Adderall.
So I have a college story.
Oh, let's hear it.
So
Wait, first.
okay, so for the beer?
What are we drinking
Yeah,
here?
what is this?
All right, so
Wonderful
This is
concoction.
heavenly fucking goodness here.
So this is last year's Christmas release. This is nicer.
This is the 13%.
Okay, so this is 1 year in a barrel. It's 13%. Okay. And these are Woodford Reserve barrels. Okay, so it's 1 year in a
Nice.
Woodford Reserve barrel.
I love that.
And it has cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger. But the ginger is not just regular ginger. So I actually candy the ginger at home. So now the ginger that goes in the first part of the beer is just regular candied ginger. The second part, I actually candy it with brown sugar to give it a little molassesy flavor. Okay, and that's what I rest the beer on. So now this is 13%, and it's called Nicer because it's not Naughtier, and Naughtier is the other Christmas beer we put out. So this is like, should be pretty thick.
Ginger, my favorite castaway on Gilligan's Island, might I add.
I get.
I'm a Marianne guy.
Yeah, I was always a Marianne guy too.
Right?
I get molasses.
Yeah, you should, from the dark brown sugar.
Yeah.
I get Christmas.
It's Christmas.
That's what I get.
That's what it's supposed to taste how Christmas smells.
It does. Yes, it smells like Christmas.
So, here's my college
Don't worry,
story.
Stevie B. You can sleep on Tom's couch. It's okay.
So, I played sports in high school.
No,
So
he can't.
That's where Tom's sleeping.
I have a couch, but it's like an hour and a half away.
I just ride home with you.
So I played sports in high school, so I always had a good time. We went out drinking all the time. And so college rolls around, and I go to Rutgers, and they give you your roommate around like the first week in August, the last week in July. This kid's name is Matthew Lang. So the first thing I said is, okay, so I'm living with an Asian kid. That means he'll be clean, he'll be smart. I'm like, all right, this sounds good.
My guess is none of these.
None of these. So the kid sends me his phone number. So I call him one day on like a Saturday afternoon. It's not even 2 o'clock. The kid answers the phone in an English fucking accent. I'm like, what the fuck kind of Lang are you? He's like, I'm super white. I was like, all right. And
I'm super white.
I'm super white. So he grew up in Australia and then in England.
He spells white with a U.
So
That's
he's
how
so
white
white.
he is.
So he was like, listen, I can't really talk right now because my buddy and I just finished a case of Heineken. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and he finished a case of Heineken. So I was like, all right, this dude's fucking cool. So I go to college. I get there first in the dorms. I put all my shit down on the side I want. And I went out, so I had a lot of friends already because I only live 15 minutes away from Rutgers.
Yeah.
So I go out, I start going to all the different frats. So I was so wasted, I had to take the drunk bus home. So I took the drunk bus back. I couldn't climb up the stairs myself. So I crawled up the stairs. I get into my dorm room, pitch black. My roommate's not there yet, but all his shit is. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm retarded, and he's not back yet. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I light up a joint, and I lay in bed, and I'm smoking the joint, and I'm just about to fall asleep when my door comes crashing open. This kid smashes into my bed, falls on the floor fucking hammered. I'm like, who the fuck are you? He's like, I'm Matt Lang. I'm like, you're fucking Matt Lang. He's like, yeah. I was like, you want to hit this? And from the floor, he sticks his arm up and starts smoking the joint. Nice. I'm all right, this is going to be a good fun year.
It's going to work out.
Yeah.
I want to have Matt Lang on the show.
Yes. We need him on the show.
Matt, if you're out there, please call in.
Yeah, he's
Chuck will
still
give
in
you the
Jersey.
number.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the number, Chuck?
732-798-0257.
Wait,
Call
that's
up.
my phone number.
Really? It's
No.
ours too. Well, that's great.
I thought it was 8675309. Fuck.
Oh, you're
Damn
going
it,
to
Jenny.
confuse people now, Stevie B. We do have a we
I'm
have
good at
a
that.
we have a correspondent now in Houston, Texas.
My sister lives in Houston, Texas.
So is the
yeah?
correspondent calling in?
He's already called, left a couple voicemails, some reviews. We're gonna pop those in.
Fuck yeah.
Well, if you're ever in Houston, Brash is a very, very good, fun brewery.
He spoke about Brash on
Yeah,
this.
so Brash is a cool place.
I think St. Angus is what he called in about last night.
Oh,
Stevie
yes.
B and I will be down there again at some point.
Yeah.
So I like St. Arnold's. It's a nice place.
St. Arnold. That's
St.
what it
Arnold's.
is, yeah.
I
yeah.
thought you were making fun of it because it's a cow state.
No.
I think they have a lot of Angus cows.
They do.
I thought that was an
very
actual
well
joke.
might have
No.
those.
See, and I thought that was a funny joke too. You should use that.
I should. Yeah. I'm gonna edit this.
Edit. Chuck, don't edit.
I'm not.
You got about
I'm not
30
gonna
minutes
edit.
of me editing.
Yeah, I'm not editing anything.
Add a song here and there. That's it.
Yeah.
If we do that.
Yep, pop in a song. Blah, blah, blah.
Everybody needs to believe in something.
So did
I believe I'll have another beer. There's our music.
Did I do your podcast at the Beer Fest a couple years ago?
You did quickly.
I thought I did. I
did quickly.
I told them on the way up. I said, I'm pretty sure I did these
It
guys'
was at
podcasts. I
the.
know them.
It was at the.
AC Beer Fest.
I don't know if it was AC Beer Fest or if it was at the one at the Meadowlands.
Oh, it could have been the one in the
I
Meadowlands.
think
Was
it
it
was-
the one in the Meadowlands that there was like 5 people at?
No. There were
Oh,
a
it
lot
was
of
the good
people
one.
there. Yeah, the Great Beer Expo. I
Yes.
think. Yeah. there were
Oh,
a
yes,
lot-
that's right. Yes.
I think that's where it was.
If it was at AC, then that means he would have talked to Pat.
That's
Oh.
right. Yeah. Yes. No. Yeah. So yeah. I believe it was at
What?
the Great
Pat
Beer
is like
Expo.
our stuttering
More
John.
coconut.
Yeah, Pat's our stuttering John. All right, so
Snap.
you know what?
I don't know what to do right now.
We'll wrap it up here.
Sure.
I
You
always
got
wrap
anything
it up.
coming
Just
up?
kidding, I
Anything
don't.
I got a s'mores stout. We put stuff out every 2 weeks.
nice?
We have great fans and followers.
Other than the Oktoberfest, anything
Yeah,
out
there's
in
no
the
other beer
neighborhood?
festivals going on
No, it's
right
really
now.
disappointing because COVID ruined all of our good beer fests.
It hit
And
right at
Yeah,
Beer
COVID.
Fest season.
They canceled my favorite, the one in. So I really like the Central Jersey one that's in Monmouth Park.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
That's one of my favorites every year, and I love the Jersey City ones too.
Yeah.
But that one was one of my favorites. I actually go to it every year, and I was real disappointed that one got canceled because that is such a big outdoor area. How can we not figure out social distancing in an area
Exactly.
that's acres wide?
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
The last one we did, me and him went to was what
Easton.
March 7th to the Stars of Craft Beer in
Easton,
Easton,
PA.
Pennsylvania. That was the last one we did.
And we were booked all the way through September.
Yeah, I don't think I
Yeah.
did one since last year.
We were
Yeah.
booked from March to September. Every month we had a beer festival or a brewery visit, and then boom. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Or you could be like me,
We-
anti-social distancing.
I mean, you realize the test is free. Just go get a test every couple
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
We
already
still
know it.
drank. We still put out shows. So,
It just wasn't the same.
yeah. You
But
know.
reminder, Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Raceway Park.
Say it, Stevie.
Do it.
There you go. In Englishtown, Old Bridge, whatever the hell you want to call it. Go on etownracewaypark.com.
Yes.
And you can buy tickets. There's 2 sessions. They also sell designated driver tickets and all that shit.
Do they sell designated drivers?
No, that's the
See,
problem.
that would
Damn
be
it.
kind of, well, Uber. There
But
you go.
Inebriation will be there.
And we have a
And
designated
Cypress will be there.
Cypress Brewing
Yeah.
Company will be
Yeah,
there.
I think we're bringing
And-
dimensional divide. I think we're bringing.
Okay.
Nice.
And Harry's going to be there.
Harry
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Harry's Little Kitchen.
Yeah, Harry's Little
I can't
Kitchen.
wait to eat those. Oh, you weren't there last week. We're getting free food, Steve.
Yeah.
No, what is the empanadas, right?
Yeah, Harry's Little Kitchen.
Now I have blue
wonder-
balls.
We are getting sample
Yeah.
platters.
So look for us there. Look for Cypress Brewing there. Look for, fucking hit up everybody.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Sure.
come
I'm gonna
by us.
find-
We're going to have a contest to win. We got new koozies.
Yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
contests.
We'll
you
have
know.
T-shirts.
Yeah, we'll have our shirts by then. We have koozies. Come by. We'll give you a fucking sticker.
You're going to
We'll-
win a kiss from Stevie B.
Yeah, Stevie
That's
will
right.
kiss you.
He doesn't care who it is.
Don't
Yes.
test me.
we're going to send you on a scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to some of our brewery friends and have them maybe hide something
We'll
extra secret.
We'll play
You know?
hide the salami.
Something that's not on the list, but
Something that's not
they
on
have
the
it with
list.
them. And if you go that, well, we got a friend right here right now.
Yeah,
he might have
maybe.
something that's not on the list, and when we send you to go find it,
You might win
you
something.
might want to go check out his area.
Yeah.
So-
you never know.
Yeah.
There's always something behind the curtain at Beer Fest.
But that's this Saturday, the 24th, Raceway Park.
Sunday. No, just kidding. It's Saturday.
And we want to thank Charlie for coming up.
Yes.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
man.
thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Cheers, brother.
We will invade Cypress Brewing.
Yeah, whenever you
Very
want.
soon.
I have a lot more beer there.
Very
Yes.
soon.
Yeah, and
Yes.
worst situation, my house is literally a minute away. We can go and grab some more beer there.
Nice.
Oh my
God.
Cheers, brothers.
Or some bourbon.
Yay. All right.
There you go. It's on there.
Thanks.
Thanks a lot,
Neighbor
guys.
Nation.
Thanks so
Out.
much.
Hey, yeah, we are out later, people.
Stay gold.